friends, Nicole from Flower Hill Farm, and I am on my mess of a porch. I harvested zinnias this morning, and I have a couple of pictures that I want to take. And but first, I want to catch you up on some things that happened earlier this week. Something big just happened. Veda just asked me if she could try a tomato sandwich.
I don't understand why it's such a big deal.
It's a big deal. It's my favorite thing to eat, and you've never been willing to sacrifice your flavor buds to try it.
Flavor buds?
Flavor buds. You ready? I'm gonna make her a tomato sandwich, fresh from the garden. Here it is. 'Tis white Italian bread, an Abe Lincoln tomato, delivered to the daughter. Try it. Honest opinion. Honest opinion, I want it. Do you want me to shut the camera off while you take a bite?
No.
Okay, go for it. Retainers! Retainers!
That's why.
Go get the retainers. What just happened, Veda? What just happened? Okay, I'll tell you. Okay, so she got up to go get her retainer. There was a spider on my arm. And we both just screamed really loud. But it was just a daddy long, like it was no big deal.
It's a sandwich.
It's a sandwich? That's what you're saying?
Yeah, it's a sandwich.
But is it the best sandwich you've ever had in your entire life?
No.
What sandwich is the best sandwich you've ever had in your entire life?
It was one I had at a restaurant. It was really good.
Oh, well, I'm offended. I'm offended. Hi.
Man, I'm taking a picture of the butt.
So Veda's sculpting a heart, and it's a beautiful heart. But from the side, it looks like a butt.
You guys are so mean.
It's not mean. Just saw it. Brad Pitt, you're mean. Tomato. You like gelato.
Cows?
There are cows in our lawn. Yes, they're running.
Broilers?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
They just ran
Okay.
to the Bandix.
Okay.
Bye. I just got home from work and you see that there were cows in the driveway. So we have cows on both sides of us. Our friends next door have cows, and then 2 houses up, we don't know them, but they have cows. And I think I called Brad and it was speakerphone. He was sleeping on the couch. He naps sometime after work. He's called the napster. So he's out investigating. There's cows in their driveway. So Axel and I are hopping on this 4-wheeler. We think it's the neighbors that we don't really know that much, and my husband found a fence down in the back by the power lines. So we're gonna take a ride and check it out.
These are 4-wheelers or people? I'm not sure which.
These are not the ones that were out.
No, those ones are off to the right into the woods.
Are they out of the fence still?
Yeah, I'm not going any closer.
Since that, my daughter has eaten not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 tomato sandwiches. In fact, she had one for breakfast this morning. So I am beyond thrilled because that's one of my favorite things. I look forward to it every year, and she has refused to try one. She just doesn't like mayonnaise that much, etc., etc. Please, it's the best thing, and now she knows. So as much as she's being a 13-year-old about it and saying that she was like, it's okay, she has had so many cents just for breakfast. Okay, so I have 2 pictures that I need to take this morning. And the cows. So turns out my husband had spoken to the neighbor whose cows it was, which was the one that we don't know very well, and we traced it back to where those power lines were, where the fence was down. A bear has taken down their fence twice this year, so it's actually a far way to travel. Like that fence, those power lines are like way back behind the wildflower field, way back. Like seriously, like acres and acres and acres away. So for them to get out of that fenced area, come through the power lines, around my wildflower field, through all those and in my driveway, that's a long way for them to travel. I was shocked, but anyway, it was probably the most jarring sight that I've ever seen pulling into my driveway. It took me a few seconds to make sense of what I was seeing. I honestly thought it was a horse and buggy at first, the way that they were looking. Oh, the hummingbirds are back. They're so cute. So anyway, he was able to move them to a new pasture, and he's going to repair the fence again. So we do have bears that go through that area, and it's just wires on poles, and if the bear doesn't see it, it's a very thin wire, it's invisible really, and the bear just walks right through it and takes the fence down. So I have my zinnia harvest this morning. I have some lilies, I did gladiolas, I did some sunflowers, and a few other things. What was I doing this morning out there? Oh, some basil and stuff like that. So, but I have not featured in a photo so far any of my cactus zinnias, and I have a bunch here that I just harvested. So I'm going to be putting together a photo for those. And then I also want to make a mock CSA bouquet this week so that I could show my customers, my CSA customers, what that is. And a lot of you are asking what a CSA is. Basically, it stands for Community Supported Agriculture. And it's something that's super old, and you mostly hear about it with like veggies or chicken or eggs. You have a CSA. So basically what you do is you're supporting the farmer in advance of the season. So my CSA customers paid in advance $100 for 5 bouquets throughout the season. So what that does is it gives the farmer some startup money to order their seeds for the season, etc., etc. I mean, that's the idea behind it. For flower farming, I don't necessarily need those funds in advance. All of my stuff's already started by the time I sell the CSAs, but that's the idea behind it. So next year, I'm changing the name of it. I get way too many questions about what is a CSA, and I'm trying to teach, but I could also just change the name of it so that it's not as foreign to people. So I'm probably going to be calling it my Flower Friends Bouquet Club. Flower Friends Bouquet Club. So it'll be like more understandable for people who are interested in buying it, and then other people, when I'm talking about it, I don't have to constantly explain what a CSA is, because I feel like I do a couple times a week. I get that question. So anyway, I want to show you guys some of my photography tips and tricks. I am a professional photographer, meaning I get paid to take pictures in the real world. I didn't go to, well, I guess I technically went to school for it. I went to school for broadcast journalism, and we did have camera classes at Syracuse University. We did have camera classes there. But that was so long ago, and honestly, a lot of it was film. Dating myself, it was film. So with like dark rooms and all that stuff. So the world has changed. I use a professional camera for most of my pictures that you see on Instagram and Facebook. I have a Samsung and S8 for my phone. I try taking pictures with that. I'm just never happy with it. I take the picture and I just think how much better my regular camera is gonna make that flower look. So that's, I'll almost always will switch to my regular camera. Also, I don't edit at all. So I'm not giving you editing tricks because I don't do anything to my photos. They're straight out of the camera. The only thing I might do a little bit is increase exposure and increase contrast just a tiny, tiny bit, and I don't usually do that. And I want to talk to you guys about a free app that I use that puts my watermark on everything. So first though, let's go ahead and arrange some cactus zinnias and take a picture. So this is the camera that I use on a daily basis, and this is my Canon 80D. It's an EOS, and I bought it with this Rode microphone. The camera that I'm using now is a Nikon, and it's a work camera. I have 3 cameras. I have another Canon. I have an old Rebel Canon that was my original first. I am a Canon girl. My work provided me with a Nikon. The reason that I chose this camera is because I can't see myself right now. I have no idea if I'm in the shot. With the 80D, it's got the LED screen that comes out and it flips forward, so I can see myself when I'm recording myself, which you probably notice in my videos that I react to what I'm seeing, like when there's a spider on my head or if I'm seeing dirt and stuff like that. So it's small, but I can still tell, oh yeah, my head's in the frame, or shoot, I have to move, I'm not in the frame. Ha. I decided to stop recording on that camera because it's a giant piece of crap and it just stops recording whenever it feels like it. So this is how I set up my shot, and it doesn't matter what vase I'm using. This is a vase that I was given, but it doesn't matter what vase I'm using because I am just going for that. And I'm videotaping right now, so I can't take a picture. But so while I'm doing this, like I'll move flowers. Okay, that one doesn't look the best. Let's move that back. I love the color of this. Let's highlight this a little bit. And move them around to get the best angle of every one. You want your flowers to be gorgeous in your photos. I'm really loving this one. I kind of want to feature that the most, but I also want all, I also want all the colors. So I'm going to switch over to camera and take a couple shots and show you. Okay, so another one of the things that I do is I try to frame my shots so that I will have a spot for my logo in a corner. Sometimes it's that corner. Ooh, I like that. Sometimes it's that corner. Sometimes it's the bottom. So I make sure that I have room for my logo because I think it's important to put your logo on every picture because people steal stuff, number one. And number two, if that photo ends up being shared, then people are going to know where it came from. All right, I had to switch back to my Canon so I can tell where I am in the frame. And that other one just stopped recording at 51 seconds. It was like, nah, I don't want to record anymore. So my Canon 80D is back on the tripod and I'm back over here. So I'm fortunate right now, we have an overcast day. Haven't had many of those. But I wanted to show you the difference between bright sunlight and I think I have some other photos I can show you. So I always will take photos in a shaded area or like on an overcast day, or if I have to, bring them up on my porch. That's why you'll notice I have so many pictures from the porch table. Because if you see that, it's more than likely because it's way too bright outside, and flowers do not photograph well in bright sunlight all the time. And there are some colors that are just really tricky to capture, like a diva dahlia. They are so beautiful, and they have this muted hot pinky purple to them, but a lot of times in photos they wash out and they're hot pink and they don't look anything like they do in real life, which is really, because that's such a popular dahlia for brides, that's really a struggle for photographers unless you have a shaded area. My chickens are running all over the place. Hi, baby. Just you. So I'm just not, I try not to grow things that don't look good in pictures because I'm a photographer too, and I want to take pictures of all of my stuff, but it's tricky. You have to move the flower around until you find an angle where the brightness doesn't come out. And that's what happened the other day with one of the, what was it? I can't even remember the name of the purple dahlia that I'm growing this year. But I purposefully did not grow a couple of them because of how purpley pink they are, and they just don't look good in pictures. And I don't want, somebody else commented the other day, you don't want a bride to see this flower in real life and then have these thousands and thousands of dollar pictures you spend on these wedding pictures and have your flowers blown out in the picture. I mean, some photographers are they're able to fix it in post. I am not the best editor for photos because I don't like to be. I want my pictures to be straight out of the camera. It's so much, I don't have the time to spend an hour in Photoshop moving things around and changing the color. And plus, you don't want your customers to think they're getting a color and then get a completely different color when they see it in real life. Anyway, guys, I could talk photography all day long. So this is what I do. I always have it up higher. I like to have a green background. Sometimes I just take single stem pictures. You'll notice that. But artificial light, for me, kills the picture. It doesn't look anything like it. I posted a picture on my Instagram the other day with my pink pearl dahlias, and I cut the heads off because I wasn't having a porch sale for a while, and dahlias only have a 4 or 5 day base life, so I was like, let me have some fun with this. And I cut the heads off, I put it on my porch table, and it was like 7:30, 8 o'clock at night, so it was getting dark, and the darkness had created this beautiful shadow in the dahlias that really just was beautiful. And then I went inside and I turned my porch lights on, which are those Edison bulbs, and it ruined it. It ruined it. It turned the pink pearl dahlias from this classy, beautiful, crisp, gorgeous piece of art to this yellow, blown out, not even the real pink it was. And I think it's important to have your flowers in as natural as a setting as possible, and outside, natural light. Move them around if they don't look good, and like if the short stem is short, pull it up for the picture. Just pull it up. This is what I did here. Like this right here is a shorter stem, but I wanted it to be featured in the picture, so I just boop, beep, pull it up and make it be there. You're just showcasing the flowers. I'm not selling this to someone. I also try to have as blurry of a background as possible because that makes the pictures pop. And my camera does that naturally. Like, it's just a thing. When you have a background that's far away with the ADD, it focuses on the flower and then pew, the background, it's just, you know, camera tricks. So that's beautiful. Anyway, let's talk about the app that I use. So, all right, so I don't have internet here. I use a hotspot because I'm in the middle of the boonies, literally Boonville, boonies. So we use a cell phone hotspot. So I have to, my camera has like a Wi-Fi connection, but I don't have Wi-Fi. So I have to upload my photos from the Canon to Google Drive, and then I take out my phone, download my photos to my phone, and then I use an app to add the watermark and then post it to my socials. It's a little time consuming, but it's worth it, I think. Check out the size of this patty pan that I harvested. It's huge. I think it's probably gonna be seedy, but I'm gonna eat it anyway. We had another similar size one last night. I think it was about the same size as this one, but they're monsters. I haven't been out in the garden. So Veda and I last night picked tomatoes, and but I gotta freeze the tomatoes. The sun's starting to come out. Might be a good time to show you that, but I don't think it's gonna come out. It's supposed to storm all day, which we need. We desperately need. Oh, and I picked these. Check these out. Oh, my first perfect Alfred grill. Or apricot star. Did I label them wrong? Either way, it's a gorgeous it's all about cactuses today. Cactus dahlias, cactus zinnias. And then I have, these pink pearls are just to die for. You can even focus, Daniel-san. I do love this camera, and I have to say that it's it's a touch screen, guys. I touch it, and wherever you touch it, it focuses. So ready? I'm gonna put that over there. Focusing on the dahlia, and now I want to focus on my face. Oh, I'm in focus. When I take pictures and do videos and stuff for a living, that's what I have to do. So just a bunch of perfect pink pearls today. Just glorious. The pink pearls are still the only ones, my dahlias, and I've heard this from other New York State flower farmers, the dahlias are just behind this year. We keep having 10 to 12 day stretches with no rain, and I have been using my water tanks to water them, but they're just struggling. Gina's are doing great. So Gina's been watering hers too, but Gina has been teaching me some tricks on dahlias, and I'm doing some experiments out there, seeing how well her tricks help out for me. I think they're going to do great though, so I'm excited. If they work for me, I'll share them with you guys too. So I'm probably going to go take some pictures of these dahlias too and post them up while I'm talking. But anyway, let's see. The app that I use is called Photoshop Express. I have real Photoshop on my laptop, but this is called Photoshop Express, and it's free. I think. It's free. Let me check. It's free. It's free. I just Googled it. Okay, so Photoshop Express. So it allows you to crop. It also has options. It automatically will crop your photo for a Facebook post, an Instagram post, a Facebook profile picture, etc., etc. And then you save it, and when you save it, there's an option for watermark. It will automatically have the Photoshop Express watermark in there. You go into, on the top, there are 3 dots. You click there, you click watermark, and then on the bottom, it has an option for you to upload an image. So my designer of my logo sent me JPEGs and PNGs. You want to use a PNG, a PNG file. That way it is only your logo and doesn't have any of the background. So it's not like going to be a square or a circle. It's going to be just your logo. Like, so my Flower Hill Farm, it just floats. Ready? There it is. So it just floats in the middle of the screen without removing any of the background. And you can actually change the opacity, which means the amount you can see through that logo. So if you want the logo to be faded, you can do that right in that Photoshop Express app. And you can move it. There are corners and then the middle. You could put your logo anywhere, and I've used all of the places, and you can make it as big or as little as you would like. And then you save that photo, and now that photo has your logo on it. Boom. That's all you have to do, and then post it to your socials. Be careful on Instagram. If you don't crop it properly and you put your logo in one of the corners, you'll have to move it around in order to fit your logo when you post it on Instagram. So I'm rambling again, but that's okay. So that's about it, I think. I mean, there are a ton of photography trips, tricks and secrets, but this is just what I do. I always will have a solid colored background. Usually it's green. You guys see all my pictures, or it's right here on the porch when it's too sunny to take a picture. Also, I like the porch because I put up that garden fence behind my thing. So if it's tall, like a gladiola tall piece, if I don't have it up here on the porch, it has the fence in the background. I don't like the fence in the background. I'm gonna be putting up like a little photography area next season. I've got some ideas and some backdrops and stuff that I want to use for that, but in the meantime, man. Oh, also I have a red shed that I've used before, which is right here. Bing! So I've used that red shed as a background for, see, oh look, that table's right there. So I put my vase on that table, and then the background is red, and it's been nice. So anyway, so you don't really need like a whole huge setup to take nice pictures. And I mean, I think my pictures, like, I love my pictures. That's one of my favorite things to do, is to show the true beauty of each of these blooms. And get off there. Flies. Why are flies so attracted to these dahlias? I swear, every time I have a dahlia out, there are flies on them. Anyway, apologize for the mess. I think I've said enough, or have I said too much? What song is that? What song is that? Anyway, okay. Anyway, oh look. I got a Born This Way dahlia this morning, and it's so gorgeous. I'm gonna take its picture anyway. So sometimes you'll see photos and I'm not showing you the whole flower. Sometimes that's because it just looks cool and artsy, and other times it's because the flower might look like this, and I just want to showcase how truly beautiful it is, no matter if it's not a full circle or not. So it's a Born This Way bouquet, baby. We got a Born This Way dahlia. This one's either Aw Shucks or Jaja. I haven't brushed my hair yet today, guys. I took a shower and this is what we get. I apologize. Like, seriously. This is what happens when I'm doing 1,000 things. But as long as you guys don't care, I don't care. Right? Don't care. So, those are my little, I don't know if they're even called tips or tricks or secrets, but this is what I do in order to produce beautiful pictures of flowers, and I love them so much. So anyway, other videos that I want to bring you guys this week include Guess What's Ready to Pinch. Guess what's ready to pinch? My snapdragons, the 700 snapdragons that I have in the basement. They're, I had to move the lights up twice since the last time I showed you guys them. I think they're about 8 inches tall, and they have a couple of sets of leaves, so they're ready to pinch. And then hopefully I gotta get Brad Pitt to do some tilling for me. Either that or I have to use the tiller myself, but he does it with a tractor and it goes a lot faster than me. I have not yet driven the tractor. That's something I will be learning, but we'll see. Anyway, so the next time I see you, I will probably be pinching snapdragons, and I'll bring you guys with me. Somebody else asked me for a video of when I pinched, so I will bring that to you. You ask and you shall receive. That is the story, Morning Glory. All right, see you guys later.